Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is Friday, July 18th, 2025. My name is Joe Nelson. Welcome to Bring Me the Sports. We've got a packed update today. Twins TV drama, ownership buzz, trade whispers. We've got Timberwolves summer highs and misses, Vikings quarterback revival to get to, and then some intriguing college hockey recruiting news for the Golden Gophers. Let's start with baseball and the Twins, who are navigating some big off-field changes. First up, Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred dropping a bombshell during the All-Star break. ESPN, Apple, or NBC could take over the Twins' local TV and streaming rights as early as 2026. This would bundle them with four other teams, the Diamondbacks, Guardians, Rockies, and Padres, in a new Sunday night baseball package. The goal? More national exposure, fewer platforms for fans to juggle, and bigger bucks for Major League Baseball. Currently, Twins games are on Twins TV via FanDuel Sports Network, but if ESPN wins out, they might want in ASAP for their direct-to-consumer service that is about to launch. And according to CNBC Sports, it could be a 3-year deal to shake things up before a full media rights overhaul in 2029. So no changes this season, but this is maybe something that could be in the works for next season. And by the way, it's not just Sunday Night Baseball. These teams would be part of the package for NBC, Apple, or ESPN to have the rights to Sunday Night Baseball. So you still have your day-to-day games. It just would be a matter of where they are located and where fans can find them. More changes at the top. The Twins sale process appears to be heating up. The Pohlad family put the team on the block last offseason, and after some quiet months, a secret majority investor maybe has emerged to anchor a new ownership group. That's according to the Star Tribune's Lavelle E. Neal III. He reported on the Chin Music podcast that while minority stakeholders were lining up, this anchor buyer is the big development. Commissioner Manfred sounds optimistic about a deal soon, possibly before the end of the 2025 season, and that could mean fresh ideas in the front office and a new era for the Twins. And that's something fans have been rooting for quite some time. Trade front, we're just a couple of weeks away from the MLB trade deadline, and the Boston Red Sox are reportedly eyeing Twins all-star right-hander Joe Ryan. They allegedly, quote, love him, especially after the Twins asked about their first baseman Tristan Casas last offseason. That's according to a report out of WDEI in Boston. But hold up. Doesn't sound like it's going to happen. A lot of reports out there saying the Twins are unlikely to move Ryan before the July 31 deadline unless they are blown away by an offer. The 29-year-old is under team control through the 2027 season. He's 9-4 with a 2.72 ERA, and his strikeout rates are right there with the likes of Paul Skeens. He's having an absolutely fantastic season. We'd be remiss, though, if we didn't mention that Ryan was asked about it during the All-Star break, and he said he would be excited to be traded. Well, not that he'd be glad to be out of Minnesota. He called that sad, but just the idea of a new start amid the unknown of the MLB trade deadline is a bit exciting. Let's talk basketball. Timberwolves wrapped up Summer League play with a bit of a head-scratcher. Well, they're not done quite yet. They went 4-0 in the qualifying round, but they did not make the playoffs due to point differential tiebreakers. The Raptors, Thunder, Hornets, and Kings edged them out for the top 4 seeds. Those 4 will play Saturday, and then the winners of that game will meet on Sunday in the Summer League Championship game. The Wolves, they get one more consolation effort, 4:30 Central Time against the Houston Rockets on Saturday. Tough break, but it's not all about that. It's about development for the likes of Yohan Berenji, who we'll get to in a moment here. In veteran news, the Wolves did poke around on Damian Lillard after the Bucks waived him post his Achilles tear earlier this month. According to the Athletic's John Krasinski, they, quote, checked in, end quote, to see if a deal was worth exploring, but Lillard, now 35, signed a 3-year, $42 million contract to reunite with the Portland Trail Blazers. He's expected to miss most of next season, recovering from that Achilles injury, and Milwaukee is eating $113 million over the next 5 years to say goodbye to him. But you got to wonder, does the Timberwolves reaching out to a guy like Damian Lillard to check in on interest suggest that they're still in the market for a point guard, with Mike Conley and Rob Dillingham, the only true point guards on the roster right now? That'll be something worth monitoring over the coming days, weeks, and months. But otherwise, Wolves play Saturday, and then it's off until October when they resume for training camp. But Yoan Berenji, their first-round pick, taken 17th overall, was awesome in the summer league. He had, of course, that big first game, 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 blocks, and then he averaged solid numbers like 7 points and 7 boards a game from there. Analyst Tom Crean, the former Anthony Edwards head coach at Georgia, raved about the ridiculous athleticism, quick feet, timing, length, and floor running ability for Banerjee. At just 18, with only 4 years of basketball experience, he's got scouts surprised that the teams like Spurs and Thunder passed on him in the draft. The Wolves reportedly tried to trade up for him, according to Krasinski, and they expect him to earn minutes, perhaps as early as his first season as a rookie. Crean actually believes he'll be ready to play right off the bat as a backup. Let's talk football. Congrats, former Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold. He's getting his flowers now, ranked number 72 on the NFL's player-voted top 100 list. That's a huge leap from being a draft bust. In Minnesota, he led the team to 14 wins, threw for 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. And despite some late season stumbles, he earned a top 100 status for the first time in his career. Justin Jefferson was gushing on the NFL Network show about him. Quote, every receiver wants a quarterback with a strong arm. He just flicks the wrist and it's traveling 60 yards, end quote. Remember that 97-yard bomb Jefferson caught from Darnold against the 49ers? Drool-worthy, right? Yeah, Justin Jefferson said he was, quote, drooling a little bit when that play was called. Darnold now starting for the Seahawks, so circle November 30th on your calendar. That's when Seattle will host the Vikings in a must-see TV game late in the season. Finally, a cool story from college hockey. The Golden Gophers hosted 15-year-old Swedish goalie Wilmer Salen Forsberg. He's considered a top 2027 NHL draft prospect. He's from Sweden. He rocked a .921 save percentage with Sweden's under-16 team, and he was picked in the USHL draft by Muskegon. He even suited up for Minnesota in the Beauty League, the 4-on-4 tourney in Edina that features pros and college stars. He's the youngest ever to play at Braemar Arena in Edina for the Beauty League. In his debut, 38 saves in a scoreless game. 0-0 was the final. This visit, though, to the U of M could be a recruitment coup for the Gophers, so keep an eye on this youngster's future. That's it for today. Have a wonderful weekend. Bring Me the Sports. We'll be back with more Monday through Friday next week, and anything breaking over the weekend, we'll be here for that as well. Enjoy the sports, enjoy the Minnesota weather, and enjoy all of the updates that we'll have for you on all of our platforms via On SI. Vikings on SI, Timberwolves on SI, Twins on SI, Gophers on SI, and you can catch all of our Minnesota Wild links, loons, and more at bringmethenews.com. Until next time, stay sporty, Minnesota. Oh, that's a terrible script. Oh, it's so bad, but we'll talk to you later.